Hi, Edward. Thanks
Hi,
for helping
nice
my
to meet you.
project. Did you know that NASA's planning to send astronauts back to the moon?
No, I did not know that. Up until today, until you told me beforehand before we started the interview.
That's a common reaction I get. So, you think people will know more or will be more aware of it once it happens, or you think it's going to be something in the background?
I think it's something it shouldn't be in the background. I think it's something that we should be told because, I don't believe that the Earth is overpopulated, but I believe that there are some changes that need to happen in the world before we go on to a next world and try to colonize that. Because, look at the world we're on now, and look how we treat it. You know what I mean? So if we were to go on another planet, there's things we got to change first. We got to be selective about the people that go there first, people in charge or whichever. And I don't believe that there should be people in charge. I feel like there should be rules that everybody should abide by.
What are some things that you think need to change before we go to another planet?
Pollution is definitely one of them. Resources, we should be careful on not using too many resources. How people have a lot of food and we're almost wasteful. There's a lot of, especially in America, people waste food. You know what I mean? And people don't really eat as healthy as they should, and that also is a factor into others. You know what I mean? Because if we aren't self-sustained, then how are we supposed to sustain the earth in a way? It's one way I can put it.
I think the people that go to Mars, they'll be very, very aware of every drop of water, every ounce of food that's grown. It's just there'll be a lot of scarcity, I think, initially.
Yeah, definitely not very. How do I put this? A lot of resources, so we can live off of. You know what I mean? We're only gonna have only so much there for X amount of humans, for X amount of equals X amount of resources you can have.
Yeah, and you can't just go down to your Martian supermarket and get a bag of potatoes or something.
Yeah.
So what do you think about us going to the moon? I know before we go to another planet, you think we need to fix some things here, but just NASA's planning to put astronauts on the moon in 2025. Is it something that excites you, or you're like...
Oh, I'm very excited. But it's just the thing is that, there are just things that are messed up in this world, but some of the things we can't change, some of the things we have the ability to change. And it's up to us as a people, as a unity of human beings to, take part in that change,
And where do you think we'll be in 200 years? Whenever you think about, 50, 100, 150, 200 years, do you think we're in a better spot, worse spot, more places?
I wouldn't say worse, and I wouldn't say good, because there are people out there, they say kids are the future of the generation. And so I think they have a lot of play on what we look forward to in the future. And it's all by chance, really, because we have a lot more technology now, and we're be able to use that technology. And with AI is going to have a big factor on on the world and possibly on other planets. But I think more than less on other planets, because we don't want to mess up this time. And with AI is a big factor, because it's very, very smart intelligence. It's artificial intelligence that's really smart.
Have you used ChatGPT?
I know people who have.
Okay.
I haven't personally needed to use it. You know what I mean? When I get the chance, when I need it, I will indeed use it. If I need to.
And if somebody offered you an opportunity to go to space today, would you take it?
I guess that given the circumstances, you know what I mean? I won't be missing my family. I might get even lonely, depending on who's there.
Maybe just a 3-day trip, to orbit, go around the Earth for a few days, and then come back down.
Yeah, why not? It'd be experience. You only live once, and it'd be a nice experience. I'd do it.
Well, Edward, I really appreciate your time. I see this as a time capsule for future generations to look back on what I think is going to be a pivotal decade for spaceflight. Is there anything that you want to add?
Another thing I wanted to add, but I couldn't really pinpoint it is that there's a lot of things that separate us already. You know what I mean? Like race, religion, culture, countries. You know, people living in a country were like divided, you know, through borders and stuff. I mean, back then they weren't like, you know, borders dividing us. I'm not talking like way back then, but like, you know what I mean? It's just how we are as humans, you know what I mean? Like humans taking over other humans, humans owning other humans, humans taking over a civilization or an area, a region, you know? And as us as humans, we take over a region, a planet, then that's something we should consider. Is we should be more united than anything, you know? Because if there are aliens out there, then, or if they're living amongst us, we should be peaceful. More peaceful with each other, more peaceful with them, you know?
More cooperation.
Yeah, more, really cooperative, because, you know, who's to not say they're good aliens, who's not to say they're bad aliens? So they are, that's a factor. You know what I mean? We have to be united, and especially us as a human race. We should all be united, you know?
I like it. I think.
And do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. You know, and it might not be as soon as people want it to be. It might take 100 years, it might take 200 years, it might be never, you know, but we could try. And I believe everyone as a human being should try. Because that's all we can do. Because the best thing we can do is be human beings. Human beings are best at being human.
I like it. Well, thank you, Edward. I really appreciate your time.
No problem.